back, y'all. I'm Rock.
And I'm Key.
And we are here with Rocky Relationships.
What's up, girl?
Hey, girl.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, you know. Today's topic
is going to be about the act of moving in with your partner.
Yes.
So not living together, but just the beginning stage of like deciding you're gonna move in and like what does that look like, and you know, all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, the beginning phase.
Yeah, about moving in. So we don't know obviously if y'all have ever lived with a partner or if you're currently living with a partner, but let us know. We really want to be in your business, so tell us, you know, how did that go for you deciding to even move in? But we both currently live with our partners. This is the first like real partner I've lived with. You know, I've been in a little situationship type of vibe. Cohabitating. Would not recommend. But currently living with my wife, and we lived together as girlfriends, fiancés before. And you?
Yep. I live with my boyfriend.
Yes.
And this is the first time.
Did you ever live with a partner?
That I ever lived with, with a partner.
Okay. Okay, so we're kind of in our first time, both of us. What was it like? What was the thought even? Like, how did it even come up of like, oh, we should live together? Like, how did that happen?
Well, for me, I feel like it just seemed like the next thing to do. Like, if we were serious about our relationship, like that was like the next step that needed to be done. Like we were in New York, and like we lived with like family, you know, like living in your family house and stuff. So it's like when you want to hang out and like do things and stuff, you know, you got other people involved, you're in somebody else's home, so it's like it's not free. And then like I also was gonna move, and I knew that I wanted to move, so it just felt like a conversation needed to be had about it, because it's like, if I know this is what I know, like what I want my life to look like, and these are gonna be my next steps, but I also want to be in a relationship with you, we need to talk about like
our next steps.
And so I just felt like that meant moving and moving in together, you know, because I feel like if that didn't happen, it's like now the question is, now do we want to do long distance, you know? So it's kind of just like having to figure out like what the next steps look like, and are you both okay with that,
right? And
going from there. So that's kind of how my situation went, in terms of like deciding and figuring out that next even question to even talk about, you know?
Right.
What about you?
For me, so I was up north also. If y'all don't know, we're in Atlanta right now. But I was in Baltimore, and that's also where my wife was, and we actually didn't even start. Well, okay, we were talking in Baltimore, but then she decided we used to be teachers, she decided to stop teaching and then go back home to Jersey where she was from. So at that point, we were kind of doing a little bit of a long distance thing, and we weren't like officially dating, but once we started actually dating, realizing like I'm in Baltimore, she's in Jersey, we're both like looking for something new. Like I wasn't teaching anymore, she had just quit teaching, and I honestly wanted to move back home. Like my family's in Georgia, I wanted to move down. So I already had, like you said, like I knew I wanted to move. I already had the idea in my mind to go, but you know, then having to, or you know, being able to bring it up, you know, like if we're doing this, like
what is that gonna look like?
And so we did like a micro live-in at first, because when my lease ended in Baltimore, I went up to Jersey to stay with her and her mom for like a month, and then after that month we moved to Atlanta. And you know, I knew I wanted to go, she also wanted to go to do comedy, entertainment and everything, so it was just mutual, and we both just decided to move, and of course we were going to move together and not get like separate apartments in a new city.
That's crazy. I'm not gonna lie, that would be crazy. Like, y'all like, hey, we're gonna be doing this, and it's like we're gonna move, and it's like, but actually, I think I want to live by myself. Like, what? That's like kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, so 2 separate apartments, crazy. Noted. What if you wanted to get a 2-bedroom, like separate rooms? How would you feel? If you're like, yeah, we can move in together, but we need our own room.
That's what I was gonna ask you, because it was like, are we getting a 2-bedroom because we want to have extra space for when guests come and stuff like that, or is it like, no, I live here, I sleep here and you sleep there? Yeah. If it's like, I sleep here, you sleep there, I'm be like, why are we even doing that? Because now we're roommates.
Yeah.
I did not want to come down here to get a roommate. Like, what?
Yeah, no.
So I think that would be very telling.
Right, like,
and you shouldn't do that.
Shouldn't even do this.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. No.
If it's like, oh yeah, just so we have some space and stuff like that, okay, cool. But like,
right, we can make this into an office.
Not this my room, that's your room. What the heck?
Yeah.
Ooh. That's crazy. What?
Like, yeah, we're gonna move states away and be separate.
Like, what the heck?
Yeah. No.
I'll be knocking on your door.
Like,
can I come in? Like, what you
busting in here?
Like, what? That would be very bad. That'd be very bad. No. But yeah. Okay, so that's kind of how,
like, just the conversation.
Yeah, even came up and figuring that out. Because, I mean, that's a big thing to have. I feel like we got really lucky with partners who were just kind of like down with it, didn't have anything against it, because sometimes they have like a job back home or they just want to stay home, like so many different things that could just be like, well, actually no, I'm not okay with getting up and moving. So yeah, I'm fortunate and I'm appreciative of that, because that would be devastating where it's like, dang, my move is like ending our relationship basically. Because I mean, you could do long distance, but I've done it before and I don't really want to do that, like, preferably. I wouldn't want to do that. Yeah. Not to say like I couldn't, but
even like we did long distance for a few months and it was only like a 2-hour difference. Right. Like 2.5 hours, and it was still like too much for me. Yeah. Not even too much, but like,
you just don't want
I want to see my person every day.
Yeah, you just don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Like, it could be done. You really love the person and stuff, like, to do it with.
Be falling asleep on FaceTime and shit.
Like, I don't want to. I'll see you when I get home. Like, like, that's what I want to do.
See you.
So, okay.
Yeah, no, that's real.
So that's how it started. Yeah. Now, what about, I guess we can do like the feeling that you're getting when, like, okay, this is what you decided what you're gonna do, and then like all the in between, like how you feeling about everything, anxious, excited, scared, like, how do you think that you were, if you can remember?
Well, I will say before I was in this relationship, one of my very first relationships, whenever I was in college, I would go like to their dorm room and stuff. We would go to each other's dorm, and we were living like on different campuses. So and I remember being in there one time, and I seen that, and it was a man, unfortunately, but I seen that he squeezed his toothpaste in the middle. I was like, I don't think this is something I can live with. Like, girl, I don't think I can deal with this. Because why are you squeezing it in the middle?
They just need a little teaching. Just like roll it up. It's okay.
You know how many? This 92 cents of toothpaste in those crevices, like that. So, and that was like the first time I remember myself like noticing something that would make me not want to live with someone. So just being like, then just like noticing things like. That would potentially irk me that I'm not used to seeing in my house, that are going to be in my house if I'm living with another person. So whenever we decided to move in and move to Atlanta together, I kind of had in my mind like just to be expecting, like, we're two different individuals, two different upbringings, like we have different habits, and so just letting my brain know you're gonna see some stuff that you probably never seen before, never did, never imagined, but like, being able to be calm,
and like gather yourself beforehand,
or even just like communicate, like, okay, actually, can we like not do this? And I don't think I was like really, really ready for it, but I was nervous though. I was
Yeah.
nervous for like how I would respond to like seeing things. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
so do I get on mom mode or do I be like, oh, that's different? Like, you
Yeah.
know? So I was definitely nervous about like,
just like what's to come. Like you really just don't know. Yeah, I would agree. I would say like I was definitely nervous, but also excited, you know?
Yeah.
Because like it's a new journey, it's a new step, you know, getting your own place and then also being able to share with your person. Scary for the fact of like, I'm about to have responsibilities, like big ones. You know, it's one thing to like pay your own like phone bill and if you have a car, you know, things like that. But like now you got rent. And now you're gonna have like conversations about different responsibilities that are like serious. So now you gotta prepare yourself to have convos about that. But also like the little things like who's gonna do what or you know, because in the beginning, like now we have routines. So it's like before when you were both coming in, you didn't know how anything was gonna work. Even shopping together, like getting things for the house, like having different tastes and this person wants to do this and this person wants to do that, you know, just like all of those things. So honestly, I was excited, but I was nervous because there's so many like unknowns that you don't even know you're gonna deal with beforehand. So, but I would say I was like equally nervous and excited.
yeah.
More excited though, because it's like, oh my God, he said yes.
Like, right.
You know, like he
They
would
would live with
And just like, you know, having your own privacy and just like,
Yeah.
you know, having no rules, like you can do literally whatever you want at home. Like I was just excited about that, honestly.
Yes.
So yeah, because this was also my first apartment.
True, yeah.
So like having my, you know, it was a little different for me because I've never really lived on my own. So it was like that excitement plus also being with my man. So it was like, ooh, girl.
Like, I'm alone now.
You know, that's what it was feeling for me.
Yeah, no, I could feel that for sure. And like, I know, like, part of what you said with the nervousness of just like not even knowing how this person is, like knowing what chores they even like to do, what do they like to get, like, how do they keep snacks, like, you know, just in literally everything.
Drinking the juice out the container, like get a cup. Let's get, you know, like just I know, and I know y'all know too. Just living with different people, y'all different. So
and being able to like talk through those differences and not like make the other person feel bad for being different. Like just because you're not used to it doesn't mean that it's necessarily bad.
yeah, like I've been doing this my whole life, and it's like okay, should you be though?
Right. Like, I don't think you should have, but like,
but no, it's real, you know.
okay, yeah. Because I'm sure like they see it on our side too. Like, I
Like
cannot
why she
believe
doing
this girl.
that?
Yeah.
Right. Like put it down.
Even down to loading the
down.
dishwasher, like.
We don't have to load it every night, you know, stuff like that. Like yes, we do.
Like,
But yeah, I think that's like that giddy feeling, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like we can touch on actively moving in.
Like the moving process.
Yeah. Like how does that feel? How did that go? And we're going to leave it there for you guys because we don't want to talk too much about living together. We're going to give you that in a separate episode. Yeah.
Yes.
So how was your moving process?
Girl, traumatic. Traumatic. First off, it was expensive.
Yes, for sure. For sure.
Expensive. The shipping, the moving, because, you know, we were in Baltimore, moving to Atlanta. We each separately shipped our stuff in a U-Haul container. So I had a U-Haul container delivered to my apartment, put my stuff in there, shipped it. I still had some stuff that we put in the car to drive.
Yeah.
But then Kisa also had stuff that she put in another U-Haul container, shipped it. And we got it whenever we were, you know, here. And the thing about me and my wife, we're complementary, right? She's very minimalist. She doesn't have a lot of stuff, and she throws things away very easily.
Okay.
I have a lot of stuff, and I don't throw things away very easily. So in the packing and the moving and the, you know, all that, she's like, you have a lot of stuff. And it's like, me living by myself, it doesn't feel like a lot of stuff because it's enough stuff that fits in my space.
Yeah.
It all fit in my apartment.
Yeah.
I have space for all this stuff. I use all this stuff, so I don't feel like it's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But whenever you're trying to consolidate, yes, and like, because then even packing it to move it is one thing, but then unpacking it in a new shared space, it's like, well, where's all my stuff gonna go?
I have a storage.
You know? And same.
Yeah.
And granted, we share the storage, but most of that stuff in there is mine.
For sure.
And so it was kind of like a little, I don't want to say a culture shock, but like in a way, like going from single to cohabitating in life, like, dang, it, like, I
have a lot of stuff.
I have a lot of stuff. And so that was like one of the biggest challenges, but it was also really fun though, like, because I packed up my stuff in Baltimore. That container got taken and then shipped for our actual moving date. But then I went to Jersey, so we drove to Jersey. I had a little bit of my stuff with me. Then we were there for about a month. Then Kisa packed up her stuff, filled that container, and then we drove down from Jersey to Atlanta.
That drive is crazy. I hate doing that.
It was a crazy drive.
Yeah. It's like 15 hours.
Yeah, like with stops and everything. And I think it was like raining part of the time. So like driving in the rain is always a thing. So, you know, that was that. But we had a really good time on the ride though. We had a good time, you know, driving together, just laughing, whatever. And, you know, it was fun. It felt like a good decision. Everything was like pretty seamless for the most part, you know, as much as things can go. Something always happens, but it was exciting. It was fun. Yeah. And expensive, but
for sure.
Like the movers, they charged to throw stuff away. The haul, like, oh my god, it was just a month. Like,
I never had to hire a mover, so I don't really know, like, you know, how expensive that has, but
it gets expensive.
Mine was expensive because I shipped everything through the mail. I shipped everything through the post office. So like from New York, I packed up all my stuff and I got boxes.
Yeah.
And I shipped my stuff in boxes. Hell yeah. I had maybe about 5 or 6 boxes. And I had like maybe 2 really big ones. Like maybe like extra larges, and those had like the heavy stuff, and then the rest were probably like medium boxes. And I had like 6, and I did it in a weekend. Got everything in a box. Luckily my post office is like right by my house, so I really had to just take it downstairs and then like go to the post office. And I know they were mad because it's like I'm dropping all this stuff off, and I mailed it to Georgia.
Wow.
Yeah. It was a lot. Like one of those boxes alone was like $110. Yeah, because it's like, you know, in the post office they do it from size and they do it on weight. So it's like it's heavy, it's a big box, you know. So I had to spend at least like $300, $400 just to ship it through the mail. But that was the most effective because I was flying. I wasn't gonna drive. So the only other way would be to get like a U-Haul box or like a U-Haul truck and drive it down there.
Either drive.
So I'm like, for all that, I might as well just ship it. And I prayed and made sure that they got there, because you know the post office or even just mail service in general, you never really guaranteed to make sure you get your stuff. And I had my little 2 suitcases, because at the time, you know, Southwest, they give you the 2 free, so I would bring my bags with like my clothes. So I was shipping like stuff,
items,
like shoes, bags, house, like literally everything else, but I had all my clothes. And then I moved, you know, took my flight, landed, and I was on that website. You hear me, like checking when them tracking things was coming, because like that's all my stuff at this point. So I want to say like it was pretty smooth, but there was one box that didn't go with the rest. So when I started getting my stuff, you know, I'm checking like the status, see where they are and stuff. And granted, I'm giving them grace, because like I know sometimes when things are really heavy, it be staying in there for a little bit longer, because like people be looking at it like, I'm moving that box today, and it's like, don't do that. You really like, shouldn't do that. But like, you know, I was giving them some grace about it. So I was starting to get some packages, and then I'm noticing like one is still saying it's in the Bronx. And I'm like, I shipped this thing like a week ago. Why is it still sitting in the Bronx? Like, it should at least be traveling, you know?
Like in transit.
Oh my gosh, I was so scared. I'm like, oh my goodness, it's not gonna come. Like, at this point, it's like, I was trying to call the post office to see like if the box is still there, and they just like forgot about it or didn't scan it at least or something. But thankfully, everything ended up coming in the mail, so I had all my stuff.
Good.
So yeah, that was good. And I came first, so I didn't have the like driving down together or flying together, but he came maybe like a month or two after. So for me it was a little different because I didn't really want to set up stuff in the house.
I see.
Because I didn't want it to be like, this is our place, but I live here, I have all my stuff, and this is for you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, like you can put yours over there.
You know, I didn't really want it to be like that.
Yeah.
But it's like I was there for a month, and if you're so excited, and it was my first apartment, you know, it's like I want to do some things. So I kind of just more unpacked.
Yeah.
And then kind of went from there. I did like go furniture shopping and looking and stuff just because like, I mean, are we not gonna have a bed for 2 months?
Yeah,
like you know,
waiting.
like I'm gonna have to get certain things, but we were really good about like doing it together.
Yeah,
like showing you all the things I'm looking at, calling you when I'm in the store, like which one do you like, which one you know don't like and stuff.
Yeah.
So we still were able to do that together.
That's good. That's good.
And that was like so exciting because I'm like, ooh, we're gonna get this bed,
right.
like you know. But yeah, so that was kind of how my moving process was, and then did all the exciting things like once he got here,
right?
Like shopping and
like
picking stuff out.
And yeah,
so fun.
Yeah, I love that. It's like it's so scary to do, but it's like so fun and exciting once you're like actually in it, like
home things in general just get me excited, like home cleaning, home decor, home shopping, like anything related to it, right? I love it. It's just, it's fun, and it's like good to see it after. You know, like you went and did all the stuff, and everything looks so nice. Yeah, I like it.
And then even better with your partner there too.
For sure,
like
you both enjoy it.
Yeah. Well, that's that lead up process, the moving in, actually living together is a whole other story.
Definitely gonna give y'all a part 2 to this, and now tell you what is it really like. I'm just playing. But yeah, it's definitely a whole episode in its own.
Yeah.
So let us know if you, like you said, live with somebody, are thinking about it, scared to, you know, bring it up, anything like that. Put it in the comments. We'd love to share
some tips, help you in that journey, because it's definitely rewarding, but it can be hard. So use your resources, get help, and everything will be fine.
Yep. We love you, and we'll see you in the next one.
See y'all
later, y'all.